Welcome back. Thanks so much for staying with us. India's lunar mission Chandrayaan 2 is all set to create space history with the lighting of lander Vikram onto the moon's surface in the wee hours of September 7. In fact, don't forget to tune into India Today. We're going to be getting you all the latest live developments as they happen. The Vikram lander, which separated from the orbiter 2 days ago, has entered the final orbit and now will be moving within this orbit until Thursday early morning, when the decision will be taken to go for the final landing. When this happens, the engines of Vikram lander will be fired to slow its speed for the final soft landing. Once the final touchdown of Vikram lander takes place, the rover Pragyan will come down from the ramp, which will be lowered after 2 hours of landing. Prime Minister Modi will be at the Mission Operations Complex at the ISRO telemetry in Bengaluru to witness the live Chandrayaan 2 module Vikram's landing on the lunar surface on the early hours of Saturday. 74 school children from across India have also been selected to watch the landing with the Prime Minister.
Basically, the orbiter has remained in its own orbit as it is. Vikram lander was separated about 2 days ago, and that one has now entered into its almost final orbit, I would say, which is about 35 kilometers away from the moon, and it will keep on going in that particular orbit until the 6th night, 7th morning, when the decision will be taken to actually land. At that time, the Vikram lander, its journey towards the surface of the moon will start. Its engines will slow it down such that it will finally come and land on the surface of the moon. Once the Vikram lander actually lands there, at that particular time, after waiting for about 2 hours or so, they will release the ramp. The ramp will come out, and on that ramp, the rover will start its journey. Chandrayaan 1, one of the very special things that happened was, using our spectrometric type of cameras and instruments, we were able to actually prove that there is water on the moon.
In fact, India Today spoke to one of the students who will be watching the soft landing of Chandrayaan 2 lander on the lunar eclipse live with Prime Minister Modi. Herein.
I never expected I will get selected, because West Bengal is a huge state, and being selected from West Bengal, it's a matter of prestige for me. I really want to know, because recently Chandrayaan 1 found out water molecules on the moon. Now let's see what Chandrayaan 2 does. I want to see if life is possible outside Earth or not.
Okay, Chandrayaan 1 was built with just 386 crore rupees, less than several Hollywood movies. The Mangalyaaan's cost was just 450 crore rupees. And now, keeping its tradition of achieving space milestones in a frugal budget, ISRO is all set to touch the moon with the budget of 978 crore rupees. ISRO has carved a niche for itself with a stellar feat of delivering cutting-edge space missions at a fraction of the cost that the world pays for it. My colleague Ankit Tyagi breaks it down. Here's a look.
One aspect which has amazed the people in the scientific community, in the space research community, is the low cost that India has had on this space mission. It has been controlled to the extent that a lot of people are wondering how India has been able to do this. Let me just give you a sense of how low is the cost actually as far as Chandrayaan 2 is concerned. The cost of the project is 978 crore rupees, of which 603 crore rupees have been spent on the spacecraft systems and another 375 crore rupees on the launcher GSLV Mk3. So Chandrayaan 2, the entire mission, is less than a Hollywood movie. The cost of Chandrayaan 2 has many in the space community still scratching their head on how ISRO has been able to keep such a tight budget for such a high quality and complex mission. The total cost of Chandrayaan, 978 crore rupees. And if you compare it, just few fun facts for that you understand the economical budget of Chandrayaan 2 and the kind of achievement it is in this budget. The Avengers Endgame movie, Hollywood blockbuster, that was made at a budget of 2,443 crore rupees. and compare it to 978 crore rupees of Chandrayaan 2. In India, other projects which are in fact being talked about right now, the Statue of Unity in Gujarat, 2,966 crore rupees, almost 3,000 crore rupees, and this is almost 3 times the cost of Chandrayaan 2. Even the Shivaji statue in Mumbai, that is costing the government, the exchequer, 3,636 crore rupees. Now, many would wonder how many other moon missions and other important projects could have been done at the cost of these statues. In all the euphoria of a successful soft landing on the lunar surface, don't forget it has taken a lot of hard work from the ISRO scientists and for many years for this successful mission. Let me very quickly tell you the timeline of Chandrayaan 2. It was on 22nd July 2019 that Chandrayaan 2 took off from the Satish Dhawan Space Center. After that, on July 24th, it was a very important, in fact, moment when Chandrayaan 2 was placed into the Earth's orbit. Step by step, all these crucial, in fact, maneuvers took place. Then on August 20th, 2019, another important maneuver when Chandrayaan 2 entered the moon's orbit. This was a very critical, complex maneuver which was successfully done on August 20th. After that, the wait and the countdown started for the soft landing. September 2nd was another milestone in this mission when lander Vikram separated from the orbiter and started its descent towards the lunar surface. Then September 7th, 2019, the historic day when Chandrayaan 2 soft lands on the lunar surface.
With Chandrayaan 2, India is all set to explore the southern lunar surface when no country has touched down thus far. India Today's Ankit Tyagi is telling us how the mission is so special, so very special for ISRO. Here's a look.
Chandrayaan 2 is a truly remarkable historic mission as far as India's space research organization is concerned. Let me just elaborate with a few of these points why this is a landmark space mission for India and Indians. In fact, this is the mightiest rocket which has been built for this space mission, very aptly named as Bahubali. Apart from that, this mission is also the first which is going to the unexplored regions of the moon. So India would have, in fact, the honor of being on the lunar surface and exploring the areas which have never been explored so far. This will be the first space mission to make a soft landing on the lunar south pole. No other country, no other lunar mission has been able to do that so far. This mission also is completely made from the homegrown technology. This is a completely, truly made in India technology for Chandrayaan 2. Apart from that, fourth country after this mission, India becomes the fourth country to, in fact, land successfully on the lunar surface. Before us, only United States, China, and Russia have been able to do that. Now, Israel tried and failed. This is truly a moment of pride as India has been successful in the soft landing. Chandrayaan 2 is the name that is going to stay with us for many, many decades to come. But Chandrayaan 2 is just not like a single unit. It is made of various parts which go into making this successful spacecraft. Let's just tell you first about the anatomy of Chandrayaan 2, and we'll start with the launcher, the GSLV Mk3. 3-stage vehicle. This is India's most powerful launcher and aptly named as Bahubali. The height, 43.43 meters, lift-off mass of about 640 tons that carried Chandrayaan 2 to its designated orbit, capable of launching a 4-ton class of satellites. Then there is the orbiter. Well, the orbiter will observe the moon from about 100 kilometers away. Its payload, in fact, carries instruments, and the weight is 2,379 kilograms. The mission life of the orbiter is 1 year. Then the important Vikram lander, named after the father of India's space mission, Vikram Sarabhai. This will execute the soft landing on moon. The weight of the lander is about 1,471 kilograms. The mission life of lander is 1 lunar day, which is equal to 14 Earth days. Rover Pragyan is going to perform all the important experiments on the lunar surface. The Pragyan, which means wisdom in Sanskrit, is a 6-wheel robotic vehicle. It can travel up to 500 meters. The weight of Pragyan is 27 kilograms. Specific objectives, specific parameters that the space agency ISRO would be looking at after landing the Chandrayaan-2, soft landing the Chandrayaan-2 on the moon surface. What is it that we are expecting from this mission? It will demonstrate India's prowess in space, its ability to soft land on the moon surface. Remember, only 3 other countries have been able to do this before India. Apart from that, the rover would also be looking at the presence of water on the moon. This will be a very, very important probe that the rover Pragyan would be doing on the lunar surface. And it will also study the composition of the moon's surface. This is also, remember, the surface, the side of the moon which has not yet been explored. It's the unexplored part of the moon, the lunar south pole, where the rover would also be studying the composition of the moon's surface. And the Pragyan rover will also map the surface to study the soil composition of the lunar surface.
Let's look back now. It was October 2008 when India first launched its first mission to moon, Chandrayaan-1. The mission cost only 386 crore rupees. That historic mission put India onto the elite space nations of the United States, Russia and China. Take a look back into the journey of Chandrayaan-1 and what it achieved.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
ISRO's first moon mission, Chandrayaan-1, leaving behind a glorious legacy. India's maiden lunar mission, launched in October 2008, was a landmark in space exploration, placing India in the 4-member exclusive club of nations who have placed their flag in the lunar surface. On November 8, 2008, the space vehicle was inserted into lunar orbit. On 14th November, the Moon Impact Probe separated from the Chandrayaan orbiter and struck the South Pole. The Moon probe during landing ejecting subsurface soil, which it analyzed and found presence of lunar water ice. The discovery of water on Moon by Chandrayaan-1 was one of the biggest by any lunar mission. The mission also confirmed the presence of iron on lunar soil. The mission satellite meanwhile continued orbiting the moon, eventually making more than 3,400 trips around the moon at a height of 100 kilometers from the lunar surface. Chandrayaan-1 was concluded on August 29, 2009, when the communication with the spacecraft was lost. Built at a meager cost of 386 crore, Chandrayaan-1 operated for 312 days as opposed to the mission life of 2 years. But it achieved 95% of its planned objectives. Bureau Report, India Today.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.